Hey there, fellow food lovers. Today we're diving into the cheesy, gooey world of mac and cheese. But not just any mac and cheese. We're whipping up 3 mouthwatering styles that'll have you drooling in no time. Get ready for a creamy stovetop version, a golden-crusted baked beauty, and a gourmet twist that'll knock your socks off. Let's start with the basics. Our ingredients. For all 3 versions, we'll need some good quality pasta. I'm using elbow macaroni, but feel free to switch it up with shells or even fun shapes like bow ties. Now onto the star of the show, cheese. For our stovetop version, we're keeping it classic with sharp cheddar and a touch of Gruyere for that extra flavor punch. First up, our creamy stovetop mac and cheese. This is the ultimate comfort food, perfect for those days when you need a quick, cheesy fix. We're starting by boiling our pasta until it's just al dente. While that's cooking, let's get our cheese sauce going. In a separate pan, we're melting some butter and whisking in flour to make a roux. This is the secret to a smooth, lump-free sauce. Slowly pour in some warm milk, whisking constantly. Can you see how it's thickening up? That's the magic happening right there. Now for the best part, adding the cheese. Turn off the heat and throw in your grated cheddar and Gruyere. Stir until it's all melted and gooey. Oh man, look at that cheese pull. It's like a cheesy waterfall. Mix in your cooked pasta and voila, creamy stovetop mac and cheese that'll have you coming back for seconds. Moving on to our baked version. We're starting with the same base as our stovetop mac, but we're taking it to the next level. Pour your cheesy pasta into a baking dish and top it with a mixture of breadcrumbs, melted butter, and a sprinkle of Parmesan. Pop it in the oven and let it bake until the top is golden brown and crispy. The smell wafting through the kitchen is absolutely incredible. As we take it out of the oven, you can hear that satisfying crackle of the crust. Cutting into it reveals layers of creamy pasta underneath that crispy top. It's the perfect balance of textures, crunchy on top, gooey in the middle. This is the kind of mac and cheese that'll be the star of any potluck or family dinner. Now let's get fancy with our gourmet twist. We're elevating our mac and cheese game with some luxurious ingredients. Instead of cheddar, we're using a blend of fontina, Gouda, and a touch of blue cheese for a more complex flavor profile. And we're not stopping there. We're adding in some caramelized onions and crispy pancetta for extra depth. Start by caramelizing your onions. This takes a bit of time, but trust me, it's worth it. The sweet, jammy onions will perfectly complement the rich cheese sauce. While those are cooking down, crisp up some diced pancetta in another pan. The salty, porky goodness will take this mac and cheese to a whole new level. For the sauce, we're following the same method as before, but using our fancy cheese blend. Once it's all melted and smooth, fold in the caramelized onions and crispy pancetta. Mix it with your cooked pasta and transfer it to a baking dish. Top it with a sprinkle of breadcrumbs and some fresh thyme leaves for a touch of elegance. Bake it until it's bubbly and golden, and prepare to be amazed. The combination of flavors and textures in this gourmet version is out of this world. The creamy, tangy cheese sauce, the sweet onions, the salty pancetta, it's a flavor explosion in every bite. Now, let's talk about the differences between these 3 styles. Our stovetop version is all about that ultra-creamy, saucy texture. It's quick, easy, and perfect for when you need a cheesy fix ASAP. The baked version adds that irresistible crunchy top, giving you a contrast of textures that's simply divine. And our gourmet twist? It's a flavor journey that'll impress even the most discerning foodie. When it comes to budget, our stovetop version is definitely the most wallet-friendly. Basic pasta and everyday cheeses make it an affordable option for any day of the week. The baked version is still pretty budget-friendly, with the addition of some breadcrumbs and Parmesan not breaking the bank. Our gourmet version, however, is definitely a splurge. Those fancy cheeses and pancetta come at a higher price point, but for a special occasion, it's totally worth it. As we wrap up our mac and cheese adventure, I hope you're feeling inspired to try out these 3 delicious styles. Whether you're in the mood for a quick and creamy stovetop version, a golden-crusted baked beauty, or a gourmet twist that'll knock your socks off, there's a mac and cheese here for every occasion. Remember, the key to great mac and cheese is using quality ingredients and showing it some love as you cook. Don't be afraid to experiment with different cheeses or add-ins. That's half the fun. And hey, if you're feeling really adventurous, why not try combining elements from all 3 versions? Imagine a stovetop mac and cheese with caramelized onions, topped with crispy breadcrumbs. The possibilities are endless. Before we go, let's take one last look at these cheesy masterpieces. That cheese pull from the stovetop version is hypnotizing, isn't it? and the way the fork breaks through that golden crust on the baked version. Pure satisfaction. As for our gourmet twist, you can practically taste the complexity of flavors just by looking at it. So whether you're cooking for one or feeding a crowd, these 3 mac and cheese styles have got you covered. From quick and easy to fancy and impressive, there's a version for every mood and occasion. Now, if you'll excuse me, all this talk of mac and cheese has made me seriously hungry. I think it's time for me to whip up a batch of my own. Until next time, happy cooking and even happier eating.